You are welcome to the Poultry Side TV. Poultry Side TV is a global platform for all livestock and poultry farmers worldwide, wherever you belong, any part of the world you are. Poultry Side TV is a background that gives you the ground, give you the platform to learn more and get well equipped to handle your poultry and livestock business. If you are a poultry farmer or livestock farmer in any part of the globe and you are not a part of this family, in fact, you are missing a lot. I have already determined to make sure that every man or woman that wants to go into livestock business will make it. That is my objection. That is my supplication. That is my aim. That is my ambition. In as much as you have the desire to go into a poultry business, you will surely make it. Unless you don't belong to this family. But there are certain things you need. There are certain criteria for you to make it. You don't just fold your hand and feel everything will just come to you like that. You must make your own effort. You must join the queue. If this is your first time of coming across this particular platform, please make sure you enable others to get information concerning this. What do? You try and share this, share the information, share the link, share it to your different platforms, different apps you belong, where you know that you will be a helper, where you know that you will at least give a helping hand to someone who needs the same information. I have determined to give this information free, and that is why I want you to be a propagative element that will make it reach those that need it. I can't do it alone. We must work like family. This is the poultry family. This is feathered and four-legged family. If you are into four-legged animals, if you are into feathered animals, this particular family belongs to you. I want to give you one special content, and this content need to get to every farmer, irrespective of your group, platforms, apps, anywhere you belong. Please let us disseminate this information to reach them. This is why many are not achieving it. Many farmers are falling out. Many are not making head. Many are withdrawing from the business. In fact, some poultry pens are already in dilapidated state because of this particular point I want to raise and treat it, and I will make sure I will treat it to the end. One is inability to equip ourselves mentally, academically, through training. Many farmers don't like training. Many like phone call. Hello, my chicken is dropping red poo. Hello, my chicken is dropping water poo. Hello, my chicken is dropping green poo. What do I do? That's what they need. They don't want to know why. They don't want to go into learning how to prevent those things from happening. There are some infections, there are some diseases that one bird in your farm can catch and or be infected, and you know that almost every investment is gone. If your birds contact any viral infection, it is very difficult to cure. You hardly cure viral infection. What you do is just treat the symptoms. And once the symptoms are treated, they remain carriers. And once they remain carriers, it means that you are at risk. The investment is at risk. In this particular content, I will not give you much stories, but I'm going to give you stories. The next content that will follow this, probably it will be uploading tomorrow. If you don't like watching my content, please watch that content tomorrow. I will make sure I finish it and upload it tomorrow. I'll give you stories of people that are succeeding and why they succeed, and stories of those that are failing. I won't mention names, but these are from my practical experience. I've been a professional for over 3 decades. So I've been visiting different farms I don't stress. I don't have time of my own. I receive more than thousands of calls. I reply to over 3,000 messages on daily basis. And all these messages are people's complaint, people's predicament in this particular business and their success stories. So I will give you some of these stories and tell you how you're going to prevent them. Now, many find it difficult to read books. Many find it difficult to attend training. Even if you arrange online live broadcasts where you teach them free, some will be complaining, you are wasting our data, you are wasting our time. Why don't you do this? Why don't they will be in their house, they are determining, telling you what you do, and you are the one teaching them with your professional experience, with everything that concerns you, with your money, with your data. They don't want to learn. They want quick. I can drive myself. That is why many farmers are failing out. Now, you see a book. I have fish farming. Watch out now. This is fish farming in Nigeria. The fact that it bears fish farming in Nigeria, you can see the book now. See it here. You can see it now. See it's running. This is the book. This book is both in ebook and in textbook. This book can be published nationwide, worldwide. This book is read and bought in every part of the globe. Now, this book treats everything generally in fish farming. Both catfish, both tilapia, both croaker, and different types of fish. The principles, the concept, the methodology, and everything. Risk involved, investment, and everything concerning advantage and advantages are inside this particular book. If you buy this book, what you are going to equip yourself is a general knowledge. And that one, see the second one now, is going. This is what we call Practical Catfish Farming Guide. This particular book fixed entirely on catfish farming and the practical aspect of it. That is how to breed them, how to hatch them, how to rear them from scratch, from incubation, from hatchery, until they grow to table size. All the principles involved, all the methodologies involved, everything concerning catfish farming is here. Most especially the practical aspect of it. There is no more theory on this. The theory there is just describing how you are going to put them into practice. Now, see the next book here. This particular one is called Catfish Farming Guide. Not practical again now. This is purely catfish farming. Remember, the first one, fish farming. This is a general. The next one, a practical catfish farming. This one is now catfish farming guide. You can see the difference now. This is purely on catfish. There is nothing like hatchery here. Now you are dealing entirely on the production, rearing, feed composition, how to feed them, how to even produce the feed, what requirement, the nutritional values of each of the feed for starter, for grower, and for finishers. That is from 1 mm to 9 to 10 mm feed diameters. This is what it treated. And everything concerning the feed production is on this particular book. Then you can see the fourth one here now. This is Turkey Farming Master Guide. This one especially is on turkey. There's nothing that concerns broiler here, nothing concerns noiler here, nothing concerns corolla here, nothing concerns duck here. This is purely on turkey farming. And this is from day old, from hatchery of turkey, from breeding, from brooding, then till growing stage, till finishing stage. Everything that concerns it, both the principles, methodology, concept, everything in turkey is discussed in this particular book. The feed formulation, how to formulate turkey feed, the turkey feed ingredients, turkey feed nutritional values are all treated in this particular book. This book was published mostly for this particular topic, turkey. And the author, who is me, is into the business for the past 3 decades. I've been into the business. This is practically what I do. This is practically what I live for. This is practically what I live on my daily basis. And what is in this book is what I have been practicing, what I have studied, what I have researched, and everything is inculcated in this particular book. So it's not that it's not a copycat exercise. It's not a copycat guide. This is purely experience on deck, experience on hand, experience on paper. That is what you see in this book. If you go into Google now, just type my name, Dr. Leonard Charles Nwogu, Google will just bring out my name and bring out all my books. If you want to go and Google anything concerning turkey farming, Google will go to my book and Google them out and give you. That's what it means. Because I am an authority in as much as this particular course is concerned. Next one here, you can see the next one here. This is poultry production in the tropics. And this is specially dedicated to all the poultry, everything that concerns poultry production, but in brief manner. In brief manner, you can see this is poultry in general, but not in depth treatment of poultry, but in brief manner. Now, in this particular book, everything that concerns poultry is treated in a brief manner. I talked about guinea fowl, I talked about turkey, I talked about dog, I talked about layers, I talked about broilers and the rest of them, but in a brief manner. In as much as you want to go into poultry, this book is also very important. It's a very good foundation for you to stand and to grow from it. Then even if you want to go into any other professional area in poultry production, this particular book stands as a stepping stone for you to get into whatever you need. So the next one here is a livestock farming. That is all livestock in general. And I'll show you a video in my platform here. There's one video here which I showed you where I dedicated a one particular portion of land to all livestock in general, both four-legged and feathered. All of them are in that particular day. You see them growing together, working together. And I'll show you the video also. Because of what I practice, I have been able to put them into paper based on my experience and my studies. Poultry business is not an act. This is a professional field, dedicated field. It's not copycat, it's not an exercise, it's not a talent. It's not talent. This is purely academics, this is purely scientific, this is purely business. So if you are going into poultry agribusiness is no more agriculture. We are not into poultry agribusiness. Culture has gone out of the poultry business. We are now into the business aspect of the poultry. Culture that is ancient days of poultry. That is ancient days that our grand ancestors that have gone. But right now we are into poultry agribusiness, and you have to deal with it in agribusiness manner, not in cultural manner. So if you are facing poultry as a culture, certainly you are going to fall out of it. That's what it means. So you have to deal with it the way you deal with any other business. Business has to do with what? Input and output. You put your money and you look for what? How to get investment, how to get your investment and returns from the money. So if you are dealing with it as a culture, that means whatever your culture tells you. If your culture tells you that if your cock cross in the midnight, you are going to slaughter the cock, that means all your poultry, but anyone that croak in the night, you're going to slaughter them. That's what it means. But we are no more in that era. We are now in the era of agribusiness. So you have to treat it in that such manner. That's the only way you can succeed. Now, the next one is feed formulation poultry. Now, you see, this book didn't say anything about broiler rearing. It deals with poultry and feed. That's what it means. What it means is that anything that concerns poultry, their feed, how to produce their feed, concept behind their feed, food nutritional value of all their feed, how to prepare their feed, the equipment that is required to produce their feed, the feed stages of all the poultry breeds from starter, grower, finisher, layers, and breeders' feed are all in this particular book. Feed materials, how you are going to get the feed resources, how you are going to make the feed cheap, where you locate your feed materials, what you need to do for your feed to come down, that is for your feed to be below what you expected, and what is involved. All the local available raw material that you need to implement into your feed production to make it cheaper. That is what is in this book. Are you seeing it? Now, you see that this is what I've been into. You see the equipment are here, all the machines are here, everything is completely here. And this is what I do. It's not that it's not that I'm working for someone. I have never worked. After my graduation, I never even applied for any job. And no one can ever say that he has seen my CV. I've never created any CV for any man at all. There is none of my CV in any particular office. I've never created any CV. I've never applied for any job. Because I dedicate. See, now, watch. What you're seeing here is my company. See the certificate. Are you seeing it? See my company now. This certificate. This is the certificate of the company. See, it's registered. And now this company is registered for agric. It's not that I came into agric and poultry business by accident. It's not accidental It's not as data business. It's not that I tried other business and it didn't work and I enter into. No, this is purely, this particular business is registered purely on my profession, something I know, something I studied, something I have been practicing. You see it? So you can now see the certificate. Now, after the certificate, you are going to see another one. Tells you what the company is registered for. You can see it and see the date of the registration to tell you that it has been far back. It's not that I didn't claim into content creation. No, I came into to deliver most of the farmers that have been falling out of the business because of their lack of knowledge, lack of experience, inability to implement all the principles and practices that is involved in the business. That is why they are falling out. And most of them have decided not to invest in themselves. They want to get it quick. They want to grab it by corner. You need to invest in yourself. As I've invested in myself, that's why I'm succeeding in the business. You need to invest yourself also. You can't use corner, you can't use trick. You spend that one broiler, the money for that one broiler, spend it and get the knowledge and use it and train millions of broilers and succeed in the business. Instead of you to being stingy, at the same time, most of the times you even lose more than 1,000 broilers to mortality. And they just throw them away. Bush animals go and eat all the carcasses and everything. But instead of you to sell one broiler, use the money, invest into yourself, buy the books and read the books and get what you need. But you find it difficult. You only to grab it calling by phone call. It's not possible. If it's by phone call, everybody will be calling. Nobody will even answer on that person's call. So you have to get this. Next one I have here is what? Duck farming in Nigeria. Doesn't mean you cannot practice it in any other country. No. I specialize it in Nigeria because this is where I base my business. And this is where I know all the cultural background is my business. And this is where I know all the cultural background, geographical, everything that concerns it. I know it. You can still use the same principles and practices and put it in place in your own region, in your own location. It will still work. So now, this is special field for duck. And see the ducks here, see them moving here. It's not that I'm just writing what I don't know. I wrote in the book what I practice, what I see on daily basis. That's what is inside the book. So you want to go into it, you now buy the book and use it. Read the book very well. Ask questions. In the comment section, I will still answer you and still direct you more on what you know. We are restricted in some of the things we speak in this particular apps. The apps have guidelines. The apps have laws guiding them. There are certain things you don't speak, but these things are written in the book, the way they're supposed to be. But there are certain things you can't see here because you are already you already caged. Your mouth is caged. That's why most of the times you see me stammering, looking for words to qualify it so that the app will not come against me. Because I'm ordinarily a tenant in somebody's house. So a tenant cannot speak loud. If you speak too loud, the landlord will tell you, my dear, close your mouth. And if you don't close your mouth, the landlord will lock against you or give you quick notice. That is why most of the things we say here is guided. So you can't get all the truth concerning poultry feed farm. And poultry farming is not an act. It's not a trickish business. This is a purely scientific business, and you need to deal with it scientifically. You need to go into it. You need to study it. You can't just enter starting and start driving as you want to be a driver. You can't just enter aircraft and start say you're a pilot. It's not possible. It means you're going to crash. So it's the same way you handle every other profession, the same way you handle it. The fact that our ancestors, our grandmothers reared chicken, the chicken was sleeping on the tree and they were all living well. That era has gone. That was the era where these chickens were eating natural and organic herbs, extracts, and they are all healthy. Now, different diseases, different viruses have been doing what? Emanated, and this is what is destroying most of the businesses. That's why business is not the same way. Those olden days has gone. Now we have a new regime of poultry business. No more poultry culture. Next one is Poultry Health Manual. Poultry Health Manual. This particular book treated everything concerning the health of all the poultry birds. Call them duck, call them turkey, call them pigeon, call them ostrich, call them geese, call them broiler, noiler, croiler, everything, cockerel, layers, all of them are in this particular book. Everything concerning their health, all the bacteria, fungal disease, viral disease, infections, everything concerning them is in this book. How to handle them, how to prevent them, how to manage them, and how to treat the treatable ones. And if there is no treatment for them, what you need to do is in this particular book. This book alone is a complete full page. When I'm talking about full page, let me show for those who may not know what full page is. Let me see whether I have a page here. This is full page. A full page like this. This book is full page like this. This is full page. full page. I'm not talking about something like this. I'm not talking about something like this. This is full page, full A4 page. This is about 900 pages of A4. 900 pages of A4. That's what this book, to tell you how large. This is an encyclopedia. It is written Encyclopedia of Poultry Health. That's what it means. Encyclopedia. That is a very large book. This book took me over 6 years to prepare and publish. This book is written and published, and it has been on sale for over 8 years now. This book was the bestseller book on one of the platforms, which I don't want to mention the name because I'm in another person's house. I'm living in another person's house. I can't mention that particular app where the book is sold. So if you want to know more about it, ask on the comment section. The next one is what? Practical egg incubation and hatching. Tomorrow I'm going to make a video. You'll see all our incubators. I don't teach what I don't know. I don't teach what I don't practice. I don't teach what I don't have. I have them. I practice them, and at the same time, it's my profession. It's my field. This is what I do. I hatch my chickens by myself. I rear them by myself. My breaststock are my own. I don't buy people's chicken. People buy from my own. So this what I wrote in this book is how to do what, hatch them. If you want to go into poultry hatching, you consult me. I'm going to lead it through, then establish it for you, then you know how to go into it at the same time. Next one here is artificial insemination. At most of these poultry bears, most of these genetically modified poultry and livestock animals are all products of what? Artificial insemination. You can't get giant turkey without artificial insemination. You hardly see which you normally call foreign turkey, which some people will call it broiler turkey. Whatever you call it, we call it heritage, anything you call them. The foreign turkey, they hardly cross the female ones to produce the offsprings. It is through artificial insemination. Most of these bears you see are product of what? Artificial insemination. You want to produce your best through artificial insemination, I can guide you, because it's what I will do also. We do also do what? Crossbreeding here. We do it perfectly well. And that one here is what? Broiler commercial farming. This is generally what many people are into. You are a broiler keeper. You keep broiler birds. No matter how many broilers you have in your farm, even if it is 10,000, 1 million broilers, you are a poultry keeper. You're not a farmer yet. Because these broilers can be sold off in less than 6 weeks. You can pack your things and leave. If you're living in somebody's house and you're a broiler keeper, you keep 1 million broilers in your poultry house, and you're owing the landlord for 6 months, and the landlord wants to travel. Honestly, the landlord would like to collect his money because he believes that these products can be sold off in in an hour. A vehicle will just come and pack all of them off. But if it is layers live with the farmers for over a year and a half, or even almost 2 years, laying eggs for them. So they know, and once you transport them from that location, from that farm to that farm, they will give you almost 1 month before they start laying again, before they pick up again. Once you ship them from that location, they find it difficult to keep up immediately. What they do is they delay you and delay your money. You continue feeding them as if you are starting over. So you hardly pack them out. So this is what we call poultry farming business. It's not broiler rearing. Yes, broiler, you're a poultry keeper. We work on you. But you want to go into full poultry, use layers that is here. Full poultry farming. The next one here is what? Profitable poultry farming. Profitable. Have you seen it? Profitable poultry farming. This particular book deals with the rules, do's and don'ts you need to do in the poultry business for you to be successful. I don't want this video to be too long because I have another video. And that one is what? Poultry breeding management and administration. You are not talking about breeding. Now, this is how to bring in new and young poultry and livestock animals into existence. All the principles, all the management abilities, what you need to know, even if you want to go into the poultry hatchery business as an administrator, as a manager, what you need to know, the knowledge you need to equip yourself with for you to have workers, how you are going to handle with your workers, how you are going to manage the business, how you are going to manage the finance, the income, everything that concerns management and administration of the poultry breeding is on this particular book. And not practical now. The practical has to do with the incubation, even how to develop, how to even formulate, how to make your own local incubators are in the practical. But this particular one has to do with principle, everything that concerns with the egg incubation and hatching. And that one is what? Organic farming guide. This one has to do with extracts, all the natural extract, God-given plants that you can use the extract to do what? Farm your livestock birds without going into synthetic method. You know that the synthetic method has some disadvantages. Most of the e-health some people face today is because of the synthetic farming, synthetic poultry farming. You will see a farmer in the same market, he or she is selling his poultry birds. In the same market, is adding medications in that same water. Inside the market, people will buy the same with the same medications. Some of these medications last for over 6 months in the muscles of these livestock birds, and human beings will go and consume the same antibiotics the same day. What do you think will happen? That is why you see most of the cancer, most of the infection, most of the diseases in human beings now, most of the failure, this one fell, eye fell, kidney fell, liver fell, all these things are because of the overconsumption of antibiotics from these particular birds. So naturally, if you, assuming you give assuming you give your poultry bird ordinary bitter leaf water, even human beings can even drink bitter leaf water or scent leaf water. Human beings drink scent leaf. Human beings eat scent leaf. Is it ginger? Human beings eat ginger raw. Then even if the animal take it and you slaughter the same animal that same day, you can still eat it because it's the same day. But human being cannot go and take medication to antibiotics that's meant for animals and eat. But some people in the same market, they are selling the chicken. You see them putting antibiotics in the same water and feeding the birds. And somebody will just come and buy the same birds and give a slaughter and do all this for the slaughter birds, and they slaughter it, and the person will eat the same bird the same day, eating the same antibiotics. That is one of the reasons. Most of all this is so. These books are, you can see each and every one of them as I'm talking, they are moving. This is the books. We have the ebook, we have the textbook. So if you need them, you just come on the comment section. Tell me that you need them. I will give you a link or how you're going to get the books. Equip yourself with the knowledge. Phone call is not enough. Asking questions on the comment section is not enough. You need to ask questions. You need to, at the same time, read the book, read it, understand it very well. Go into the book with the full knowledge. Thank you. Till I come with another interesting topic on continuation of this particular. Please don't miss it. Bye for now. Please let this video get to other farmers that need it. This video is very important. It help your farmer, help your fellow farmers, help the fellow farmers, help your friends, help your brothers, help your sisters that are into the business. Let them get this information. That's the only thing I have for you. Bye for now. Till I come with another interesting topic. Goodbye, and I love you all.